his weight in gold. From city lights to the country's end, Chester's name, it will transcend. Chester, the master of the game, two-time champ, forever in fame. With a laugh and a smile, he wins with style. Chester, you make our hearts go wild. Cards in hand, he's a sight to see. With every play, a victory's free. His journey's long, but his skill is free. Chester, a champion eternally. Chester, the master of the game, two-time champ, forever in fame. With a laugh and a smile, he wins with style. Chester, you make our hearts go wild. So here's to Chester, a champion true. With every win, we believe in you. In the Pokémon world, you've earned your crown. Chester, the greatest around. In the world of battles, there's a card so fine, a spectral dragon in the shimmer it shines. With a gaze that pierces through the night, it's Dragapult TX, a ghostly flight. Dragapult TX, with your power and might, phantom forces take us to new heights. In the heat of battle, you never lose sight. Dragapult TX, shining in the light. Stealthy and swift, you move with grace, leaving opponents in a ghostly chase. Your dragon launcher, a fearsome call, with every move you stand tall. Dragapult TX, with your power and might, phantom forces take us to new heights. In the heat of battle, you never lose sight. Dragapult TX, shining in the light. From the shadows you emerge with a roar. In every duel you're the heart of the core. With ghostly power you sweep the floor. A legendary card forever we adore. Dragapult TX, with your power and might, phantom forces take us to new heights. In the heat of battle you never lose sight. Dragapult TX, shining in the light. So here's to Dragapult, a ghostly knight. In every card game you're the guiding light. With every draw you ignite the fight. Dragapult TX, forever burning bright.
Relax, you think you're so grand, a legendary power, cards in your hand. But in the heat of battle you often fold, a shining legend, but your story's old. New VMAX, you just a flash in the pan, hyped up legend, but you can't withstand. In the game of champions you try to reign, but when the chips are down you're just a name.
Mystical powers, your psychic display, but under pressure you start to sway. Your moves are fancy, but your strategy's weak. Against the real champions, you're far from unique.
New VMAX, you're just a flash in the pan, hyped up legend, but you can't withstand. In the game of champions you try to reign, but when the chips are down you're just a name. Once a legend, now you're just a ghost. In the league of greats you can't boast. Against the true champs you fall in line. New VMAX, your era's past its prime. New VMAX, you're just a flash in the pan. Hyped up legend, but you can't withstand. In the game of champions you try to reign, but when the chips are down you're just a name. So here's to New VMAX, you had your time, but in the world of battles you can't climb. With every duel you lose your claim. New VMAX, just a shadow in the fame.
Welcome everyone to the show tonight. Cheers to Timber's life, gonna shine so bright. Grab your friends, settle in, it's time to unwind. Laughter and magic with the best you'll find. From near and far, you've all come to see the wonders, the joy, the fun that will be. No matter where you are, let's all unite in this jestful realm under the spotlight. Welcome to the Jest Entertainment Stream, where dreams come alive. It's more than it seems. With smiles and cheers, let's make tonight gleam. In Jest Entertainment's world, we live our hard dreams. Comedy and thrills, magic in the air. Every moment's gold with stories to share. With jesters and jest, we'll dance through the night. In this vibrant world, everything's alright. From near and far, you've all come to see the wonders, the joy, the fun that will be. No matter where you are, let's all unite in this jestful realm under the spotlight. Welcome to the Jest Entertainment Stream, our dreams come alive. It's more than it seems. With smiles and cheers, let's make tonight gleam. In Jest Entertainment's world, we live our hard dreams. With your friends, let's all interact. With jokes and with games, we'll keep coming back. In this special place, we all belong. Together we'll make memories, singing our song. Welcome to the Jest Entertainment Stream, our dreams come alive. It's more than it seems. With smiles and cheers, let's make tonight gleam. In Jest Entertainment's world, we live our hard dreams. Welcome to the Jest Entertainment Stream, where dreams come alive, it's more than it seems. With smiles and cheers, and let's make tonight gleam. In Jest Entertainment's world, we live our dreams. So here's to the fun, the laughter, the light. In Jest Entertainment Stream, we own the night. Thank you all for joining, let's make history. Together we'll create a legacy.
Howdy, y'all. Oh, it is working. Awesome. Okay, hang on. 2 secs. I have plans to make things work. So we don't need display capture. It is working. Perfect. Hi, everybody. Welcome. So this is a bit of a different stream. I wasn't planning on streaming tonight because I am just knackered. But I was planning on doing some more proxy printing and making some decks for Shrouded Fable. And I thought it'd be interesting to maybe do that while talking a little bit. You know what I like? I'm like, chat. I love a chat. I love talking. Talk too much, some would say. So yeah, I thought we'd do something a little bit different. Let me just grab some music real quick. I don't know why I feel the need to do music while I'm searching for music. That's not entirely helpful, is it? Oh dear, there's a bit of an echo. Audio's doubled. What the fuck? Oh, okay, the web... For some reason, the second webcam was picking things up. That's annoying. So, okay, we've sorted it. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Hope you're well. Hi, James. Hi, Murder. Hey, James. Congrats on the result at Dice Cup. Well done. Proud of you. Right, let me get the usual audio up. Hopefully this won't be too echoey because I'm not using headphones today, so... That's me. I don't need that page. So, yeah, I'm currently going through some decks at the moment, and... It's weird because I love doing this part of like Pokemon. I absolutely love just like making random decks and stuff and just seeing like where they go. This one isn't. Don't worry about this. This is. I think I can go to camera. How do I get this on camera? This way. This is the old Kingdra deck. So right now we've got 2 decks made up and I've got proxies to print on them. At the moment, I've got, I don't know if we're going to start doing this on Tuesday. I think we might actually, because I'm already like, I'm getting terrible now for like wanting to be like three sets ahead of like where we actually are. So if you can't tell, this deck is, no, it's Blissey with, God, what was this deck? I think this is Galvantula Blissey, which looks pretty interesting. We've also got, I think this was Terrapagos put together. Yeah, this one's Terrapagos, which actually have some of the stuff printed for already. So that one's together. But yeah, I'm just going through Pokebook at the moment and trying to decide what to do next. I think Palkia is going to be the next one. So this is the site I use. This is pokecabbook.com. POKECABOOK.com. It's nice. It's not terrible to be like that. It's just for having 3 set lists in limbo right now. I think that's kind of a problem, right? Like, I was talking to people about how I am with Dragapult at the moment, because I really like Dragapult, but I know it gets better over the next 2 sets. So it's really hard to like actually want to play it, knowing it's like nowhere near as good as I actually want it to be. And it's kind of frustrating because like I'm seeing all this future stuff coming up and I'm like, yeah, it looks really good. Like, I can't wait to play all this. And I got a lot of this. I feel like, I think Murdo will tell you better than anybody else. I constantly look forward to what's coming next and what's going on and things like that. And I don't know why, because like it's not like I'm suddenly going to become better because of a new deck coming out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not suddenly going to step up and be an amazing player, but like I just like the idea of new things. And I think that's part of the reason why I don't like expanded and stuff like that. It's because it's going back to all the old stuff, and I'm like, I don't really care about old stuff. I'm constantly looking forwards to a fault, quite frankly. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess, eventually. But Kea, if you wanted to play a Palkia list, would you prefer one with Chien-Pao or no? You like a Chien-Pao? Hey, Murdo, you're an expert. How do you feel about any of these lists? All of these lists are winning lists, I believe, by the way. Obviously, there's no... I say obviously, you guys probably don't pay attention as much as I do because I'm an absolute psychopath with this stuff. But these decks are winning decks, not from City Leagues. City Leagues aren't back until September. The Virgin Yapper looking 2 sets ahead of us, the Chad trying to figure out current format. So this is the problem, right? I don't really like any of the decks in current format all that much. Like, I like Dragapult, but it's not quite there yet, which is upsetting. I like Regidrago, but we've not been able to play it for a while because I gave up my Ogerpon so Kea could play Raging Bolt, because I had a backup deck, so it felt better for me to take a different deck. Other than that, there's nothing that's too exciting. Like, I don't feel like any deck right now is like exciting to play. And weirdly, Dust Noir kind of fixes that problem a little bit in Shrouded Fable, but it doesn't last very long, in my opinion. But like Stellar Crown looks really, really good. And while some of the like typical decks are still at the top, like I'll show you real quick on Pokebook's Twitter. But like, I don't know. I just feel like more excited about what's coming up, you know? So I know my camera's in the way. Hang on, let me just shimmy this over here and out of the way. This is the current, like, I don't think this is like winning list. I believe this is popularity. But like, I'm more interested in seeing this format than I am anything else right now. So playing ahead is kind of like, I don't know, more interesting to me. And I think it's also like from a content point of view as well, which is my other issue. I am coming from, pardon me, I am coming at Pokemon from like 2 different directions, and I think they directly conflict with each other to a massive degree. Because as a content creator, I kind of want to see, I want to know what's coming up, I want to be able to show you guys what's coming up, I want to get excited about what's coming and stuff like that. But like, as a player, I need to have my head in the game about what's being played now and what's available now, and it's really hard to be able to like focus on both, which is why, like, you know, I gravitated towards Dragapult, thinking, oh yeah, it's definitely a deck I can stick with, it's going to be good for a while. Like, I don't see any reason Dragapult won't be good going forwards. Unless a deck comes out that, like, massively counters it, I don't really know what would counter Dragapult. Like, just a concept of a deck. I just, you know, it's, I don't know, it's difficult. It's difficult. So, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you, don't know the format of half the cards. Perfect. We get this period with a load of stuff coming out every few weeks, and then there's a lull where the card designers hibernate over the winters or something. Yeah, and again, mentioning like Japan getting like, they're 2 sets ahead of us right now, and it's really annoying. They're going to be like another set ahead of us again soon. Because by the time we get Stellar Crown and Shrouded Fable, they then get Dragon. Paradise Dragona? Paradise Dragona, that's the deck. They get that the same day we get Stellar Miracle, so we won't see that deck or that set for another 2 months. There'll be another set that comes out in October, which again we don't see until November. And it's like, I don't know, it's just frustrating. I don't know what the Noctowl does, etc. See, this is what I mean. Like, for me, paying attention to all of this stuff and knowing what's going on is so important for content. Whereas people like Murdo, who like actually play the game in the moment, are like, I don't know or don't care about any of these cards. I get it. Like, it used to frustrate me, but I get it. Like, there's no need to actually be paying attention to this stuff if you're not a content creator. And I think that does compromise me a little bit, to be honest. Like, if I could just focus purely on playing and not like making content, I'm aware this is my choice. I could probably stick with a deck, and in the same way that I can play Minecraft for 3 hours clearing out 1 square space to build a building, I could probably grind those games on Pokemon TCG Live. But the problem for me then becomes I'm not really paying attention to chat. If I'm doing that, I'm not paying attention to chat, I'm paying attention to the game. Because I'll give you the best example. Like, I've got my set times when I want to stream, right? I want to do Tuesday, I want to do Friday, I want to do Sunday. Those days in my head are stream days when I play Pokemon TCG Live or play Pokemon TCG. Any other time, if I play in Pokemon TCG Live, I feel like I should be doing content. And I know for a fact that's not how it should work. I should just be able to play live for 10 games and just test decks and stuff like that. But for some reason, my brain says, no, that needs to be content, so you can't do that now. So instead, I end up playing stuff like Minecraft. And then I'm like, I've been playing Minecraft for 4 hours. I've been doing nothing with my life. I am tired, and I just don't want to do anything. And it's a perpetual vicious circle that, like, I'm constantly fighting, basically. So yeah, we can talk about a couple of the new cards then at the same time. Let me just grab Pokemon proxies. This could be a really weird stream, by the way. So we're looking for Noctowl. Is it? Yeah, so the only thing I want to check is the Terra part, because I wasn't sure about the Terra part. Oh yeah, it's absolutely Terra. Cool. I'm glad that's been mentioned, because I had no idea. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, I thought I could do that. If you have any Terra Pokemon in play, you may search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's pretty damn cool. It's a very good card. Nyan roll. And then Fan Rotom, on your first turn, you may use this ability, search your deck for 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. You can't use this ability if you've used another Fan Call ability. So there's the logic there is, as long as you can find them, you get your Hootoots. Get that card out of it. You get your Hootoots down, use Fan Rotom to find your up to 3 Noctowls, and then you've got them ready in hand for next turn. Presumably, you're going to bait an Iono or something like that out of your opponent, but, like, maybe that's for the best. Maybe you end up with the Ultra Balls to find the cards anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be interesting. I don't think you looking forward is a big problem, especially with the new format coming up for Dortmund. I'm just very much not in Pokemon Brain ATM. I think that's kind of what I'm getting to as well, because I've dropped off doing cups and things like that as well. Like, I could have done one yesterday and I just wasn't feeling it at all. Again, it's a similar kind of issue that I've got with the Dragapult list, where I'm like, I want to play Dragapult, but I know the list right now doesn't keep up as much as it needs to. So I have no motivation to actually want to play it. You know what I mean? It sucks. But, like, for regionals and things, my brain's like, hell yeah, dude. Like, we can prepare for, like, the big events that actually matter now. I'm not saying cups don't matter, but, like, by the same token, I feel like I don't need to worry about them so much as I do big regionals and things like that, you know? Also, is Ancient Box going to be bad, or are people just underrating it again? I've seen nothing about Ancient Box for a while, I'm going to be honest. I don't think this is ranked. It's down here. Let's have a look. There's still lists for it. I just don't think in a post-Dust Noir world that this deck is very good. I don't think it's good at all. Because Dust Noir itself practically knocks it out. Or knocks like one of them out without any any health modifiers on them. So you're taking 2 prize turns pretty effectively with Dragapult, for example, and that's already an absolutely unfavored matchup. I don't think it has no advantage into Terrapagos. Palkia clears it as well. They have 140 HP. Yeah, Dust Noir does 130. I just said it practically knocks it out. I didn't say it does knock it out. I'm saying Dragapult, you got one. You got the 6 damage counters, right? You knock out the active, you put another damage counter on the 130 health, that's gone, 2 prizes. You can also pick your target because you've just knocked out Dust Noir, so now they've taken a prize. Counter Catch is now active, so if whatever they've got isn't something you want to knock out, or it's not a Roaring Moon, for example, you can move up a Roaring Moon, take 2 Roaring Moons out. Like, it's stupidly good. I mean, Dragapult does suck more now, but that's one deck. I can only give you examples of what I play. Like, I don't know what you want from me on this one. It just isn't a good deck to be playing right now. Especially if there's Fluttermane in there. That's an immediate knockout. So that's even prize cards. I don't know. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Like, literally, all I can go off is what this Japanese website is telling me. And what this Japanese website is telling me is in Japanese, so I don't actually know what's being said. You know what I mean? Like, it's pointless asking me. I'm not in Japan. But what I can do is what I do every format or new set and print out all the new decks and then just see how they play on thingy. Play on tabletop. So, anyway, we're on Palkia. So we've got a list with Champao, 2 Terrapagos, 3-2 Palkia, 1 Wellspring Ogerpon, which seems okay. I think the list I was looking at... The list I was looking at was this one. With the 1-1, but I think because you would need a Terra Pokemon in deck, or on bench, sorry, both for Under Thingy and Noctowl, I think you want to go with something like 2 Terrapagos, because the game plan's the same in this as well. The only thing I would be concerned about is there's no way to power it up easily. I assume Powerbacks is dead. It apparently isn't doing well. Let's put it that way. Alternatively, I put more effort into Japanese again and tell you what the websites say. I don't need text-to-speech. Otherwise, I'd just use AI. You know what I mean? I'm clicking translate and things just take forever to translate. It's also not in like full English, so it's it's kind of tough to parse what's being said. But yeah, I don't know, Palkia seems to be doing really well. But, like, I don't know what list is probably, like, the best right now. Because I can see Champao being really good. I can see the Glass Trumpet making a lot of sense as well. Because then you got the attached to Terrapagos plus the manual, so that gets it powered up immediately. There's no... Oh, there is Energy Switch in this list, which is what I was thinking. Okay. Yeah, the Glass Trumpet 2 Terrapagos build might be the way, actually. Hi, Stiggy Man. How's it going, bud? Hope you're well. It's cool that Palkia's doing well for itself. I guess that's nice. Yeah, I mean, like I showed a second ago, like, Palkia's top of A tier right now. So it's looking pretty good for it. I don't know what Charizard gains to make it so much better, but I guess we'll figure that out in a minute. I refer you to the cheese salad with a grenade we found in a Slovenian supermarket. I mean, that sounds pretty good, to be fair. Right, what was the list I was going to go with? I think it was this one. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't like it as much. This list is the same as well. These are all winning lists as well, so I don't know why I'm so hesitant. Like, the same ones seem to be popping up. This one was the most recent winner, the one at the top here. Just the wrong attacker based on bench Pokemon I want to focus on in that set. Are you... What, are you not talking about Palkia or Terrapagos? Because this deck uses both. Yeah, okay, we're going to go with the Glass Trumpet Energy Switch build. I'm going to see how that looks, actually. Pagos. I mean, I've got that list mostly together. I've got to print the proxies off for it, so... That's pretty much all together. Okay, let's get this together as best we can, then. So... Got my proxy list here. Don't worry about the Nether portals. That's something else. So it's only a 2-2 Hutu on this one, but I really don't mind printing extras off at this stage. So knocked out Hoot Hoots. Another Fan Rotom. Pheasantipity. I think we can find more proxies for that. Hi, Beans. Have you come to be helpful? Beans is here, everybody. The Beans. Glass Trumpet. 1, 2, 3. I love that loads of decks are putting Bibarel back into the list as well. Buddy Buddy Puffin. We need 2 of those. Actually, we might have... Yeah, we can say we've got some in here in this list, actually. Maybe not scribble that down just yet. Other vessels, I think we've got 2 switches, 1 Super Rod, 1 Cancelling Climb. Alright, let's focus on what we do have. That's probably the play, right? Hello, Igniter. How's it going? Hope you're well. I mean, Pagos doesn't have his name in the list, so they are just a backup performer to Palkia. I don't know if they're, like, even that necessary in this list. I don't know, Murdo, I don't know if you would feel a certain way about this. But I actually feel like if you're going to go for 2 to 3 Terra Pokemon, the Wellspring Ogerpon is the guy. Right? Like, I feel like going 2-3 Wellspring Ogerpon might be the way. Maybe go DTE. Throw in the Sparkling Crystal. I don't know. I think DTE makes sense. If you're gonna like use that as a potential backup attacker. In fact, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Is this Pokemon cards? It is Pokemon cards. So rather than doing it that way, let's do a little bit of cooking, shall we? Shred of Fable. We need to folder, don't we? So Stellar Crown. This folder is empty. No! Could you imagine if I was genuinely upset? There's going to be a bit of back and forth flashing here, chat. If you've got epilepsy, I apologise. 3... So we're going 3-3... 3-3 Palkia. I feel like if you go in, like, for a deck that runs something as a main attacker, why would you not go at least 3-3? I'm going to ignore Champao, replace that with the extra Palkia. We're going to go Wellspring, and I might go for 3. I'm going to go for 2 for now. Please don't flash us, big man. I apologise. Never got into any of the card games. I'm going to tell you right now, this as a representation of Pokemon is going to be terrible for you. I'm really sorry. We're literally just going through some future Japanese lists and just like, I'm trying to make some like small improvements on them. I'm by no means a fantastic player, but I am trying my best, is the best way to say it. I don't know if one of these is better than the other. Chat, which art are we preferring? Number 1? Number 2? Number 1?
Oh no, 1.
Number 2?
1.
Number 1? Okay, so we've got 1 for 2, 1 for 1, 1 for 2. Do we think Miraidon gets more play because of Palkia play increasing defo a good counter to this deck? We've got 2 for 1. At the moment, I believe, yeah, it snuck up to B tier again. The only reason I would, like, massively steer clear from Miraidon is the S tier right now is high counters to Miraidon. Like, the only way Miraidon beats either of these 2 decks at the top is Iron Hands turn 1 and just popping off with it. Other than that, I would not risk it at all. It feels very bad, honestly. It's one of those where, like, do you want to prioritize taking out specific decks in the format? Or do you actually want to have a good matchup against what is going to be the best in format? Because I do feel like decks like Miraidon, playing them because of Palkia, kind of just eats into... What am I trying to say? They cannibalize each other. So Palkia is, for argument's sake, let's just say Palkia is a hard counter to both Charizard and Dragon Ball. That's amazing, right? Why would you not want to play it? It beats the best two decks in the format. Problem is, little Timmy over here thinks, Palkia. I know what that's weak to, Electric. I'm playing Miraidon. Suddenly, because there's a load of Miraidons in the field, they're now destroying all the Palkias, which is great for them. They're getting the wins off the Palkias. But now, Charizard and Dragon Ball are unchecked. So, rather than having almost like a group up, like of all the people that want to beat the top decks, you've instead decided to go after the ones that could beat the top decks. You've got this now proud moment of going, I beat all the cards that could beat, all the decks that could beat these decks. But now you're getting destroyed by Charizard and Dragon Ball. Like, that to me doesn't make sense. It's like, and I apologize because of present company, but it's why I don't understand why people choose to play Raging Bolt in a format that's like dominated by God of War.
Because it's fun.
It's the same way, and I'll be honest, right? Because this is stupid of me as well, but God of War wasn't like the main deck back in January at Liverpool. But it's why Roaring Moon was such a stupid choice for a lot of people. Like, I'm living proof. I went into a room with Roaring Moon, so it was full of God of Wars. I got destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. The only reason to play Roaring Moon at the time was because it had a decent matchup into Charizard and a couple of other bigger decks, but then just got destroyed by God of War, which, you know, it's weird. Yeah, Hydra Apple players just freaking around. Exactly. Like, I think if all you care about is your win percentage, yeah, you could probably get to like 60% win rate because you can take advantage of all the Palkias that exist in format. But like, are you finishing high up in a regional because of this high win rate? No. You might make day 2, but then get destroyed by all the Charizards that also made it. You know what I mean? It's such a weird balance. It's like, where do your priorities lie, I guess? And I'm not saying a deck like Miraidon can't have a lucky run to top 8, top 4, top finals maybe. But like, I don't know. This is another thing that, like I was talking about earlier, I think in such a... I need to say this, I sound like an absolute bell end. I think of the bigger picture, I guess, where I'm like, these two decks are at the top. This deck and this deck destroy it. They have great matches, but they have shit matchups into this lower tier. Now this lower tier has cannibalized this layer, but this layer is now feasting on all these lower powered in general decks. Does that make sense? I thought Palkia was a higher tier, which is why I suggested Miraidon. Lol, maybe Iron Crowns, Iron Hands would be the better deck. Nah, I don't like Future Box at all. I think Future Box gets beaten by Palkia even worse, to be honest. I don't know. I don't believe in Miraidon since Fluffy left us all too soon. I think if I was going to pick one or the other, I'd probably go for the Iron Hands. And to be honest, I'd do Iron Hands with Joltik. Like, I wouldn't even mess around. But yeah, there's definitely some choices to be made. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I've somehow managed to avoid all the God of Wars at my last 2 cups somehow. Yeah, I mean, like I said, some people have runs that they just don't see. Like, Lugia was the most popular deck last year in Liverpool. So I played Duraludon. I like Duraludon because, well, I love that deck. But 2, great matchup to Lugia. I saw 1 the entire run. It's ridiculous. Well, Future Box is killing Palkias for 3-3 trade instead of 2-2-2 trade. It is, if it's getting its game plan off, right? Like, you might be able to get 1 Iron Hands powered up with a Miraidon, but then what's your game plan if that energy falls off? You know what I mean? And you've got to bench stuff, which then powers Palkia up even more. And I don't know about you, but if I'm playing a deck that relies on a water Pokemon, playing the Terrapagus probably makes a lot of sense as a backup attacker. I don't know. It's not called bricks to hand smelling. Okay. We need to start thinking about decks in terms of vacuums, because just saying it dies to bricks or consistency isn't helpful or constructive. Because the problem is, some decks run hot for 15 rounds and take it all the way to the finals. Relying on bricks or consistency should never be something you factor in my opinion. Like, I've been told by more than one person, when you're testing decks, you can almost just decide to ignore any way you bricked, or where your opponent bricked, because that isn't helpful information. That doesn't tell you anything. What you need to know is if your deck runs as it should, and you should be building decks that should run like they should, then that's what you go off. Those are the results you need to look at. And if you aren't getting those results, either the deck's bad or your build's bad. Like, I know some decks aren't as powerful as others, i.e. Blissey, for example. But, like, there's ways to build it that would make it more consistent. The problem is, a deck can be as consistent as it likes. Sometimes it just lacks the power level, i.e. Miraidon, i.e. Future Hands, i.e. Ancient Box, to be honest. Like, unless that deck pops off. Having said that, we think about what A-Spec's coming in November set. Yeah, the deck is built bad at a fundamental level. So while I just like plan these cards out, what makes you think that Future Hands is built bad at a fundamental level? What do you think is missing? While you do that, I'm going to transfer some more cards over. We went for number 1, by the way, so good job, gang. Let's get that over. Hoot Noctowl. So we're going 2-2 on that. I do like the 3-3 on this, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good. It doesn't have a draw engine or super rod. Okay, so what's stopping you from putting a draw engine or a super rod into the deck? See, this kind of list, I do wonder if it's like you go 3-3 and replace the Bidoof Bibarel, but I will try it out just to see how it feels. It's a Fan Rotom. Fan Rotom's such a fun little card. I really like it. My god, can you imagine if I couldn't click the right thing? Radiant Greninja. I was thinking the other day, like I was looking at my Radiant page in my deck builder binder, and I'm like, oh, there's like one of every type in this, and then I realized no, there's two steel, there's 2 grass. Turns out I'm just stupid. Yeah, Fezan Dippity. Look for the Fezan Dippity, the simple Fezan Dippity. Forget about your worries and your strifes. Give me a Manaphy. Bidoof and Bibarel. I do think, yeah, the better play here is going for like the 3-3, but we'll see how it plays. Hi, JDX the Kid. If there's one TCG that deserves to be proxied to hell, it's MTG. Wizard of the Coast is such a scumbag piece of poop, incompetent, out of touch, pathetic company. Please speak on that. Like, why are they so bad? That sounds terrifying. Your anger towards them is radiating, sir or madam. Ultra Ball. If I could talk to all the Wizard of the Coast executives and employees at once, it would be exactly like that Dr. Phil meme. You're terrible, I hate you, disgusting, I'm gonna stop you. I mean, fair enough. Like, if you feel that strongly, you should go after them. Go get them, Tiger. I love an explosive rage moment. Ooh. Right, I think we're getting somewhere. Earthen Vessel. I've got that many, like, Earthen Vessel proxies at this stage. It's ridiculous. I don't know if you guys have, like ever pay attention to the prices of Earthen Vessels and the like. But they still sell it for, like, £4 each. It's ridiculous. So much went bang upstairs. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. It's such a long story. I've got 29 minutes, go for it. I can add them in, but then I have to sack other aspects of the deck, all while feeling inferior because no one else thought of this. Why did no one else think of this? Am I wrong for this? Maybe I should play like other people. I mean, that's exactly what happened to me with testing the EYC, dude. Like, it sucks. taking a leap of faith and believing in yourself and your own skills is genuinely difficult. It's horrible. If I had a penny for every time I had an idea, tried it out, and then, well, went to try it out and then just chickened out on it, I'd have at least £2. Which isn't a lot, but it's strange it's happened twice, etc, etc. Prime capture. So, Irida, Iono, boss. It's Irida, not Iridia. Imagine being able to spell in this video game. 2 Iono. 1, 2. Underdepths. So the issue I've got at the moment with this list is I think I'd want to see some DTE in here, but it's where do I make room for it? I missed 2 cards somewhere. Where have I missed 2 cards? What haven't I included? Prime catchers in. Canceling clones in. 2 switch. 3 glass trumpet. Trumpet! I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, this one's down as 8 energy. I'm looking at 2 different lists here like an absolute moron. 422 1211 2338 1143212. But I bet I've just not hit 2 somewhere. Or they're running with an illegal list, one of the 2. Because we got rid of the Terrapagos. Fanrotum, Hootoots, Wellspring. I feel like I'm going mad. What have I missed? One Manaphy. Hoot Noctowl. Oh, it's because I've taken Chen Power out as well. Ah, okay, I've got it. We'll try the one-off Terrapagos then. Let's see how that feels. And then... yeah, I suppose the problem is finding the DTE. You could run Chorus. Because you're running Mana Thief, so that would cancel out the Kyurem. Where do you make the sacrifices? Sacrifice! I suppose you could just power up via the Palkia in the same way you would a Radiant Greninja. Because the energy gets shuffled back in as well, which is nice. Yeah, we'll try it like that, I think. Not playing like other people has advantages. It's always fun to surprise people who think they know exactly what you're doing. Yeah, like I think about how I got around like that Pidgeot control deck at the Cup last week. Because I used a very weird Dragapult list that you guys saw me test on stream. And it won me games. Like being able to attack with a Radiant Alakazam was huge. Being able to attack with Blood Moon Ursaluna. Being able to reset stuff with Scoop Up Cyclone was so good. So good. I don't always have that mindset, but it keeps coming back no matter what, especially when it comes to hyping up whole decks. Blissey, not worth it. Festival Dipplin, not worth it. United Wings, not worth it. It's like that goddamn Incredibles meme with all the heroes getting eliminated, and Pagos is what I fear next. Pagos has got, like, actual results behind it, though. Those other decks you've mentioned kind of didn't, you know? I think once we get online tournaments and stuff back, we'll get a much clearer picture, because, like, even the ones we're seeing now aren't, like, official tournaments, and I don't think people are trying as hard as they can. And the deck lists are insane. Like, genuinely just mental. Basically, the entire short summary can just be they don't listen to the actual community as a whole, and they only care about deranged pro players and high-level formats. They can't balance anything. There's also the mismanagement of their sets, in addition to the fact that they're hypocritical because they're leftists and inject their stupid society ruining ass-backwards politics, and they're just overall disrespectful and unprofessional with their fan base. Their legitimate fan base, not the stuck up, I guess, stupid pros who only care about their pockets and easy wins. That's why they're always cheating at MTG events. I mean, as far as the politics goes, like, at the end of the day, it's their game. If they believe in a certain what am I trying to say, a certain political line, then that's up to them. And they will say, and I would agree with it, if you don't enjoy that kind of thing, then maybe you're not the audience for it anymore. I don't know. Not to mention the net decking elitists who don't actually at least tweak a deck instead of copy pasting it. I mean, you've come to the wrong place to complain about that, because Pokemon these days is a lot of net decking. Like, genuinely, it's... Honestly, a lot of what the pro players will tell you is, if there's a deck you like, or an archetype you like, net deck a list from someone who's done really well. If you feel like you can make a couple of changes, because maybe it suits the way you would like to play a deck, then that's absolutely fine. But honestly, net decking is such a normalized thing. I obviously don't know how it runs in Magic, but it's a pretty normalized thing to do at the moment, so I don't really see an issue with it myself. Is it 1-1 overall? It is. Okay, so they are all over there. Pokemon's different, but the net deckers and MTG are absolutely game ruining for newer players. EDH Commander was the only fun format, then Wizard of the Coast had to ruin that too. I mean, I don't really have much in the way of a connection to Magic the Gathering. I've got a mate of mine who I work with who plays Magic. He plays Commander. I'm going to be honest, I've not heard any of this from him. So it's it doesn't sound like a fun issue to deal with, though, I'll be honest. By just solely caring about essentially canalizing that format and only printing Super Chase Buster cards, specifically Commander, that's what they cared about. I mean, to be fair, we had a similar kind of thing in World of Warcraft at one point, where the game did very much feel like it was catering to the like a higher echelon of like mythic raiders and stuff like that, which made the game incredibly unfun. To me, it didn't really matter because I was just a casual player, so I didn't really care. But it was getting to the point where mechanics were getting so ridiculously hard to deal with, because they were there specifically for like the most elite of the elite, that casual people were just absolutely hating the format, and it just wasn't fun to play anymore. So, from that point of view, I kind of get it. It is frustrating when games we love just like go in a direction we don't enjoy, but I always see that as like when one door closes and a window opens, or whatever. When one door opens and closes and one opens. Like, if you're not enjoying a particular game for whatever reason, it's hard to find a new game, is how I see it. And I get it, like, if you've been with the game for a very, very long time, again, World of Warcraft, great example for me, then you don't want to leave that game because you've been, you know, sunk cost fallacy and all that, but at the same time, you got to do what's best for your own sanity, realistically. And if the game isn't going to change to what you want, and, you know, arguably it shouldn't, then it's probably time to find a new game. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I ended up doing that myself, again, with World of Warcraft. I didn't really like where it was going. I wasn't enjoying what was going on, so I switched to Final Fantasy Online. Had a great time with it. Spent nearly 1,000 hours in the game.
Nearly £1,000. I thought we were going to have a conversation.
No, but that's World of Warcraft. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, as mean as this sounds, companies don't make games for you. They make games for what makes them money. And if what makes them money doesn't gel with your ideals, then it's one of those. Again, it sucks to say, and I don't like saying it myself. I wish games would do exactly what I want them to do. But if we had that, then I'm sure I'd get bored of that too. So I'm glad games don't bend to the will of every single person. And again, that covers every game, every genre, etc., etc. MTG actually was about Magic before Go Figure, but how about we keep the lore and reason with the game existing intact? Yeah, but that's the difference between people like you and people like me. If you legitimately care about the game, you should call them out on the BS. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. You can absolutely call them out on their BS, but by the same token, they don't have to do what they don't want to do. Like, again, it sucks, but As the kids say, it is what it is. I get it though. It's really frustrating. Like I said, I had similar issues. Granted, I've gone back to Warcraft, but I feel like they've really stepped up their poop at this stage. I feel like they do a lot better now than they used to. I don't want to say it all started with Bobby Kotick being given the boot, but by the same token, he bloody was. This is just a therapy stream, isn't it? I mean, I don't know who for. Not for me. I'm stressing out trying to find a single Liano. I thought I had loads, now they've all disappeared. There's Arvin there. Oh, by the way, I have these in sleeves. These Reggies, I have no idea why. I put them to one side once, and I was like, yeah, one day I'll probably use these again. Nope. Although people are trying to bring back Reggies, which is, like, hilarious to me. Let that deck die, dude. I don't think there's been a single prize deck that people have, like, tried to revive more than Reggies. It's ridiculous. Spoiler! It was never a good deck to begin with. Right, so that's Iridas, Ionos, etc. 4 Nestball, 4 Ultra. What was the Buddy Buddy Poffins? 2 of those. Oh, we got spare buddies? Let's go! It's like Christmas. I actually made this deck, like, legit, huh? So, 3 Ultra. Yeah, 3 Ultra, 4 Nest, 2 Buddy Buddy. Buddy Buddy. Reggie is such a fun deck to play, though. It was a pretty good deck, though, especially for a rogue one. I'm not saying it wasn't, like, at least decent. I just never enjoyed playing it. It was one of those decks, and like there's a lot of decks like this, that either just worked and it was great, or it was an absolute nightmare and I wanted to throw it across the room. I don't know if you've ever thrown a deck of 60 cards across the room, but they don't really go where you want them to go. They kind of separate in the air and like a riot mess. And realistically, I don't think that's what we're aiming for. By the same token, it's quite pretty. Never a good deck, yet made 4 appearances in one top 8. Yeah, but by the same token, Future Hands also made 4 entries in the top 8.
2 Goldengos in a cup top 8 one.
Goldengo won a regional. Like, are we really gonna say, yeah, but it made X? Bad decks get good results all the time.
Also, they're not bad decks, they're just not top.
Yeah, bad decks. Yeah, Goldengo's a good deck. Ugh, gross. I can't believe I'm sharing a room with someone who thinks Goldengo's a good deck. I'm only winding you up. I genuinely don't care. Ugh, I played bad decks all the time. If a bad deck gets good results, is it still a bad deck? Yes. Justin Bieber sings to millions across the world. He's still a bad person. And his songs are shit. If a tree falls in a forest and no one's around to hear it, does it go whoom, 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 because it's not self-conscious anymore? 4, 3. Don't worry, guys, there's not an explosion about to happen. 3 glass trumpets. The trumpet! I can't wait to be able to play glass trumpet and just go, the trumpet, all the time, and nobody understand why I'm doing it. Earthen vessel, we run and switch. Need 2 switches. Do you know what one card catches me out more than any other card in format, chat? Switch. People playing Switch get me all the time, because like I'm so used to not playing decks for Switch. And when someone goes and Switch, I'm like, what the fuck? Do you mean retreat? Are you okay? What do you mean switch? We don't do that here. We have fun though. Do we have any grey border switches? Any switches? Brother, ew, I don't think we do. Oh, we do! Let's go! We're living! Hell no, I'm not playing that format, Chief, especially not with Lost Zone still around. I played Clawfoot at Regional. I know my opinions have no standing. Fair and based. My opinions on music aren't to be trusted. I've had the opening song from The Greatest Showman stuck in my head for 2 days because I heard 4 seconds of it in a film. Yeah. That's not the same as it being a bad person is different from being a bad deck, mainly because if you're a bad deck, people can still believe in and trust you to work together to make something great. But people believe in Trump. The analogy still stays the same. 200 switch, 1 heavy ball. Nope. I've got an entire, like this. I wish this was all the cards I had, just sat on my desk doing nothing, but I have so many. One day I will put them all away and get them all out of the way, but I'm realizing, by the way, you guys can't even see like half of what's going on. I don't need to. Like, what do you care? I'm just shuffling through cards. I'm liking this format stream chat. I think we should do some more of this. Just me telling everybody why they're wrong. It's pretty fun. Okay, we got a reverse hollow heavy ball. I didn't really like running heavy ball, but don't bring American politics into this. Hey, I'm allowed to, because when we had all the election stuff going on in the UK, y'all Americans love talking about it on Twitter. It was ridiculous. Also, why have you stolen all of our shitty politicians? I'd say give them back, but I don't care. But like, it was so funny just like watching everything go down, and then suddenly Nigel Farage and the lady that couldn't outstand the lettuce was suddenly like talking about it, but from America, and I was like, why? Just like you've run away. Like, what do you think you're doing here? It's so weird. I didn't use Twitter, also I thought it was X now. We don't call it X. See, the problem is, right, the guy who wants you to call it X also dead names their own child, so they're clearly okay with that happening. So if they can do it to their own child, I'm pretty sure we can do it to that platform that they stole. But Daddy Elon said so. Okay. He can say what he likes, but like, we don't care. It's kind of how it goes. Right, 3 area under depths, and then we need 8 Wasser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, close. Right, I think that's all the cards. What are you? Energy. Man, I could do with some of that right now, you know what I mean? Right, so I think these are all spare. They are. That one's spare. So we can stack these in and then pull it down. I don't want to disappoint Daddy Elon, do you? Yes, I do actually, as it turns out. Okay, I'm largely like ignoring it because I don't want to cause any fights over on the YouTube side, but like, if you can't tell, I don't rock with the Trump ideology. So you're welcome to keep spouting about it, but like, you're on the wrong platform, buddy. Trust me. Yeah, Elon Musk has a big hate for trans people because his wife left him for a trans woman, and then his daughter came out as trans, which made him lash out his relationship problems with trans people. Yeah, I don't understand it all myself. I just think that anyone who's that intolerant of anybody is just a terrible person. You know what I mean? Like, just don't be a dick. It's really simple. I'm not saying any side is significantly better than the other. I'm sure everybody's done terrible shit, but I know which side I prefer, and it's the one that like actually wants people to have autonomy over their own body. which is kind of crazy. I know, so it's a weird concept. Anyway, that'll do it for politics. If we carry on with it, I'm going to start banning people. But yeah, I feel like doing this, I really enjoy. I can't even explain why. I just like sleeving up decks and playing IRL. I think part of the thing I would love to do content more as well is just be able to play more stuff like this. More tabletop and just like the future formats. I just find them so much more interesting than whatever else we're doing. I just realised I'm sleeving up energy proxies when I can just do them off this. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen the proxy video, but this is what I do a lot of. I literally just print off a load of proxies and then use backwards energy cards in sleeves and just like have them as backups. They're pretty good. Makes it a lot easier. I think what I need to do next is start like actually printing the proxies onto glue. Onto stickers, so I just put them straight into energy cards because there's so many wasted energy cards. No, Milky, we can't because Terrapagos doesn't go to school since the incident. We don't talk about the incident, but since the incident, you know? Oh, man. Right. I thought we'd have, like, more time to do these proxies, but turns out you just get me ranting about something, I soon kill the time. Whether it's interesting or not, I don't know, but you know, we don't learn until we start doing things. Where am I? That one. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, I love an excellent connection.
Who doesn't?
Right. Cool. Right, so, sorry, distracted myself. Right, so this backwards engine we can play with that one. Prime catcher's fine. Capstone Cologne. Also, would you be against a hypothetical Ho-Oh Lapras list being recommended? You can always recommend a list. I genuinely don't think Lapras is good. I saw some lists for Lapras Dialga, and I was just like, no. So is that Lapras we saw a while ago actually real? Yeah, all those ones that got leaked, they were all real. It turns out. I'll head to bed, see you soon. Bye, Murdo. See you later, bud. Yeah, they were all real. Where have you been under a terror stone? Imagine. I wonder what type piano will end up being. What would you say your type is generally? Like, I'd say I'm usually a grass type. But I reckon I terror into a fire type, you know? All angry and fuego. The Rockman SCR. Sorry. Scrap. Yes, so the Lapras, Galvantula, and Cinderace all turned out to be real, basically. What have I missed? Can I just not count it? I'm a Ghost Ice type, Terror type flying because I'm an Airhead, based obviously. I've done this twice now where I've like done the entire list and then just feel like I'm missing one. Is it the energy? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not the energy. I just missed the sleeve? Or was I always running too many? I'm just gonna... Yeah, no, that's right. I know. The Stellamons are real. Stellamons are real! Like the One Piece. So I think we're just missing maybe a proxy I imagine we're missing. So there we go. But yeah, that's what I do over the course of an hour. I wish it was more exciting, but it's not. Oh dear. Right, so those are all there. They can sit under the Bulbasaur. Right, let's get the stream ended, shall we? Milky, would you like to do the usual? It was nice, not gonna lie. I should do more of these kind of streams, right? I quite like doing it. I think I'll get like a better setup for like showing what's going on. Pokedoku, everybody. Window capture. But yeah, I used to do like just chatting streams quite a lot because I would just like sit and talk shit for ages. But I'm just like, I had the motivation to do it. I feel like this was like a good way to do it. Very tight with Dark Terror. Nice, nice. All right, today's puzzle. We've got Fire, Unova, Galar fighting Dark starter as usual. I will not look at chat until I absolutely need to. And hopefully I don't need to. So firefighting is easy. That is like a million different fire starters. Twisted fire starters, in fact. I'm going to go for the best one, though. And I'm going to go for an Emble. Now, I know what you're thinking. Chat, streamer, don't you mean Blaziken? Nah. I don't care about the chicken. You're ridiculous. Fighting from Unova. Unova is Gen 5. Who was the fighting type in Gen 5? Was that Gerda and all that lot? I feel like it was Gerda, but I'm not going to click on it just yet. Fighting from Galar. You're great, Galar. Phalanx. Hell yeah. Dark Fire. Again, we can go for a million different fire starters, twisted fire starters, but I'm going to go for Incineroar. Dark from Una. Oh god, I should really know Gen 5 better than I do. Dark Galar will go for a Impidimp. It's Fairy Dark type. Starter Fire. Twisted Fire Starter. Starters do not include evolutions. I think we just go for the typical Charmander, right? Why wouldn't you? Start from Galar Fire type. That was not Fuecoco. That was Rabbit Boy. Score Bunny. Rabbit Boy! So Universe Gen 5 fighting Dark Starter. Gen 5 starters, black and white. That was Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott? I think we've used all of them. We have, so let's go for Snivy. Universe Dark. Wait, I think let me just check that Gerda is right. It is. I feel so smart. Dark could be. So do you know what I do when I'm thinking about these generations? I literally think about my playthroughs of these games. So if I've done one recently, it's not too bad, but I cannot remember the last time I played Black and White. I've got it like over there is like where all my Nintendo-based games are. I have Black and White. I have Black and White 2. I have either Black and then White 2 or vice versa. So in my head, Hydreigon is an option, but I feel like there's other Pokemon. I don't know if Hydreigon is the right one. I'm gonna put it in because like that's all I'm coming with. I also can't spell it. Hydra. There we go. Hydreigon. Gen 5. Perfect. But my brain just like not helped me there at all. Your German, I think, should know this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So what were our options? Let me just look at Unova just to get my head in a little bit. So fighting Unova. Sork and throw. Sork on these nuts. Yeah, all right. Mine through, mine shall. Scraggy and Scraffy, I always forget. See, I have no concept of where Meloetta comes from. Literally no idea. But I'm glad I know Keldio's there. Cobaline, Verizon, Terrakion are all available as well. Again, it's the legendaries. Trying to remember them and where they come from. It's actually really hard. Dark is where Zoroark came from. Okay, Scraffy would have been available for 2. Crocodile, Hydreigon, Bisharp. God, there were so many. Gen 5 was one of my absolute favourite. I don't care what anyone says. Gen 5 is one of my favourites. So good. Tepig was the lowest? That surprises me. Aw, poor lad. We had Nickit and Thievul. We had the Zigzagoons. I actually forgot Moltres Galar would be dark. And the Urshifu single strike. Gen 5 is great, most people would say. No. Gen 5 is when people started saying Nintendo had fallen off. Because they were like, oh, they've run out of ideas, it's an ice cream Pokemon. Yeah, it's a fucking cool ice cream Pokemon. You leave Vanillux alone.
Is that when Trubbish too?
Trubbish was Gen 5. So good. I am most people. Oh dear. Right, ladies and jelly spoons, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry it was a bit of a weird one, but yeah, might end up doing some more of these. Just have a bit of a chat and talk about things rather than trying to play live, because live is not a great client. If you enjoyed today's stream, I've been Jester. I stream at twitch.tv/JesterPTCG and youtube.com/@JesterTCG. Speaking of YouTube, if you want to see the VODs, vlogs, and other videos, at youtube.com/@JesterTCG for all those good things. Twitter.com/JesterTCG for what I'm ranting about this week, and to join Discord, it's bit.ly/JesterDiscord. If you want to support the channel, if you're watching and following, you're doing a great job, and thank you so much for doing so. If you want to do more than that, you can of course go to patreon.com/JesterTCG, just like my wonderful Patreon producers, who are Modo, who's available at twitch.tv/Modo and twitter.com/ModoTCG. Piano Fish is available at youtube.com/@JamesKMusicUK and twitter.com/musicallyjames. And if you want some merch, we've got a merch store now. Let me just show you that real quick before I forget. Spreadshirt.com/things and stuff. My god, I'm never going to remember it. Why is it so hard to remember my own information? Let me just jump back on the screen real quick. Hang on. There we go. Jester TCG. Jester TCG, myspreadshop.co.uk. I need to put that in. I don't care if you buy stuff, just peep the link and have a look. We've got stuff on there, like the Rowlet stuff. The Rowlet stuff's pretty cool. Surprised that got past the copyright. We got Sylvie stuff. Shout out to Sylvie, Mr. Girl. We've got Bean stuff. We got Morty stuff. We got Neo stuff. We haven't got Morty stuff. We'll get Morty stuff. Trust me, we'll get Morty stuff one day. Morty deserves his own brand. We got the Jester head. We got Jester TCG. We got things. So yeah, check it out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching as always. I'll be back hopefully Tuesday, 7 PM UK, with more tabletop stuff. Maybe Stellar Crown, who knows? But until then, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya, and boop.